Coach, what about that first half that UCLA put together that gave you so much trouble? What were they able to do that kind of just controlled the tempo? They controlled every aspect of that first half. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, that's what they did. You answered your own question. They played well. I mean, they were hitting on all cylinders. You know, they actually executed our game plan to a T. Like, I thought we did a great job on vets, but you know, we got killed by everybody else, and we'll learn, you know, a valuable lesson. I like what we did on vets, and then we got to figure out how we control everybody else and not allow them to get as many open looks. And they hit open looks, they hit contested looks. It was a great game, great atmosphere, and great opportunity for UCLA to knock us off.
Stay in the front and left, and we'll come to Doug.
Excuse me, started with their defensive intensity. It felt like maybe they set the tone early with the way they were trying to smother you.
They had it going on both sides of the basketball. We didn't adjust. I thought we would cut their lead to 7 with the ball. Mr. Chippy in the paint. Could have been a run for us, but they never let us really back in the game.
Doug, go ahead.
Hey, two-part, just coach sometimes go,
Who?
hey, coaches kind of go sometimes, hey, I did see something like this coming based on practice, you know, how you played earlier this season, so that's something you thought maybe things were going where you want them to be at this point. And secondly, playing a game like this, does it help for you expose things that you need to work on for obviously what matters later in the season?
I mean, you play the game. Obviously, we knew we were going to play a really good UCLA team. Didn't anticipate them shooting the way they shot the basketball. But yes, it's a great, I thought some good stuff came out of it, like some really good stuff. I mean, stuff that, you know, obviously our shot selection is something that we are dealing with on a daily basis once we get that under control. But I thought we had some really good contributions from, you know, people that don't play a whole lot, that we can probably give a little bit more minutes to. We'll figure it out. I mean, we're in transformation. I mean, we're in transition from having a dominant big to not having a dominant big, and figuring out how we can incorporate our big scoring the basketball a little bit. So we'll figure it out. We gotta get comfortable with it. Our bigs have to get comfortable with doing it a little bit differently. But I think it was great for the game. Just told our team this is our second loss in 2 years. So no, it doesn't feel good. But yes, you know, we have to figure things out, and we will.
Alexa, and then here in a second.
Just on that note, you just mentioned the team isn't used to necessarily losing that much. So what was your message to them after the game, and what do you want them to take most from this experience, and you know, feeling like it does feel to lose by this much?
Yeah, my message was this is what we usually do to teams. It doesn't feel good when you're on the receiving end of it. But you also know you got beat by a great team, like executing on both sides of that. It was beautiful basketball by UCLA, beautiful on both sides. Like I can't, you know, I'm on the opposite side of it, but you can't help but to love up on it because it was fluid on both sides of the ball. They wanted it. I thought our kids fought, but we ran into a buzzsaw today.
Here, and then we'll come on the rest of it there.
Hey Coach, you have a lot of experience playing against Janiyah Barker in the SEC. I'm wondering what you thought of her performance today and how she's fit in this UCLA team.
Great. I mean, great. Janiyah Barker was a great addition to their team. I thought she played real disciplined. Like there's no wiggle room for her to do anything else besides do what the coach asks you to do. And once she does, you know, it produces big wins like this.
On the left side of the ring.
You mentioned that you guys did a pretty good job on Lauren. What is it about Lauren that makes her so unique and just really a challenging person to play against?
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, she commands so much attention. Not just the player that's guarding her. Everybody else has to sink in on her ability to just be super efficient. Let me see, how efficient was she? 5 for 8. What's that, y'all? What percentage is that?
62.5.
62 is not 79. We wanted it under 50. But even with her being under 50, everybody else, I thought Elena did a really great job. Really great job. I mean, it was fun watching her on film. I was hoping that she would come off the bench and not get as many minutes, but she's the one that really was really, really impressive.
Coach, obviously there's ups and downs when it comes to winning and when it comes to losing in college basketball. And you're kind of building like a budding dynasty in South Carolina. And I was just curious on your thoughts on Gina Oriema just breaking the all-time winning record for coaching.
I mean, Gino and Chris Daly have been servant leaders in our sport. They've been the gold standard in college basketball, and for someone that's dedicated their lives to young people and to our game, it's only fitting. It's only fitting that they're the ones that's holding the throne of being the winningest coaches in our game.
You're on the right, Coach?
Coach, you said before the game that you were concerned that your players were playing maybe a little too carefree or they didn't feel any pressure. Did you notice that today? And what most impressed you about the way UCLA defended you?
No, our players can focus in on a game like this. I thought we had really, really good prep days for this. They were locked into it, felt good about it. Yesterday, our last prep day for it. It's the other games. It's not that doesn't have a number next to the team that sometimes we get a little unfocused. But you know, taking a loss will help us focus on anybody that we play. And then what was the second question?
What most impressed you about the way UCLA defended your team?
I mean, they were relentless. They didn't allow us to get any clean looks. They ran us off the screens. I mean, they did a great job of just locking in and playing 40 minutes of locked in defense.
We'll finish right here on the second round.
Can you give your thoughts on Tessa Johnson, the way she came in? She was able to step up for you all in the first half.
I mean, Tessa's a player. I mean, obviously she knocked down some threes for us to get us a little bit of momentum. But we needed a lot more than Tessa today. But proud of Tessa. Tessa's a player, that is going to have an extraordinary career for us, and look forward to helping her continue to develop.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all.